Hello, Leo. Welcome. Thank you for being here. There's going to be a general review I've been dealing with. Of course, everything may not resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel at Theyre Tarot. She's review as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Hey, look at that. The first card out is you, Leo. All right. Unless you're dealing with another Leo, but there you are. How'd that happen? That's funny. And there you are again, Leo popping out. It's kind of like, hey. There's a devil to go along with it. Uh, like what is all that energy? Like, hey, hi again, hey. Um, damn, damn. How's it going, Leo? Leo, 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 Leo. Not so good, I see. Well, there's a Five of Swords reversed. Not so good at all. Doesn't matter. Interesting in this kind of thing, it doesn't matter which way it happens. But damn, it's like you can either kind of, ooh, that is something else. What movie is that from? What is that from? It's a good movie, but what is it from? One moment, Leo. What is that? I can't think of that movie. I'm just going to explain and kind of walk through it. Energetically speaking, all that power, since we're going with your energy, Leo, with that strength, all that power, it ain't shit you can do with it. All that power, it ain't shit you can do with it. It makes me think of the movie Batman, when Batman and Bane are kind of duking it out in that, I forget what it's called. It's like this big old tubular thing, and they're duking it out on the bottom of it, and there's like a little bit of a bridge across, and they're kind of fighting on this little bridge thing, little catwalk. And at the time, Batman doesn't know that it's right underneath. I think like the supply or something. And Bane tells Batman, "You fight like a younger man, holding nothing back." Whereas Bane is kind of a little bit more patient, reserved, and held back. And before you know it, Bane throws one punch and Batman's on the floor. Whereas Batman's like thinking speed, 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 speed is going to take it. And it's like, no. All that power, all that energy, nowhere. I don't understand what that is. All that work, and what did it get me? I mean, whatever this consideration, it's almost like, unfortunately, Leo, they're like, I don't even actually. I mean, I'll give you that. You're kind of being transparent with that. You're like, I don't even know if I want to. I don't even know. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know if I even want to be here. I don't know if I don't want to be here. Like, hey, like I said, hey, I'm just here energetically. Like, hey, are you waving a white flag or are you what? I mean, white flag with a little devil on it. That's a crazy white flag. That's a truce. It's like, huh, okay. I mean, you're really kind of like clenching that white flag. Like, hey, like, what is that? What is that? Energetically, Leo, they are far. I like. They are clear with that five of swords reversed. They are far from happy. They are far from okay. I don't know what that is. That's the snarling lion, the guttural roar of the lion being like they are just not okay. At the same time, even they know sit. All that snarl, all that growl, sit. We get it. You're not okay. You're not happy. Walking around like a roaring lion looking for whom they may devour, not realizing all they eat is ash. There's a seven of swords. Okay, so energetically, do they want to play today? There's the eight of cups. I guess not. I mean, why try it then? So that's an energy of the angry raging lion. Sit. Okay. Don't even fucking think it. Like what? Like that is some energy. Like I said, energetically speaking, that devil energy is just in your face today, Leo. Like what is that? Like you can see the eyes. Like you can see it's like a pissed off cat. The ears are hunched down. They're just roaring. Like don't even fucking think it. I wasn't thinking any. Uh huh. We're dealing with an angry lion today. We are dealing with a very, very angry lion today. Hopefully, they're not lying. Hmm. Let's see. I feel like this one just got warmed up. Oh, shit. Energetically speaking, we're kind of, I don't know why I'm playing Zookeeper today. There's a three of swords. Like I said, all that anger, all that rage, all that fire, all that sit. Don't even fucking think about it. Don't think about jumping over that fence. Don't think about eating me or biting my face off or going for the neck. Sit. Like, quit it. Damn. I get it. A hurt animal is more dangerous than a happy one. We get it. It's fight or flight. It's fear kicking in. Like, you ever seen a pissed off tiger that's fearful? It kicks into that survival mode of fight. Like, you know, like a raging lion because they know their time is short, huh? Unfortunately, a raging lion that won't stop, well, they try to hold it back with some sort of stick. Um, that's not a thorn in the foot, Leo. That's a thorn in the side. That's a thorn in the rib cage. That's a thorn in the heart. Like, we get it. You're hurting. Like I said, you're hurting at the same time. Makes me think of what's that movie? Van Helsing. He's turning him. Yeah, it makes me think of the movie Van Helsing when Helsing, and I forget, he falls for that. I think falls for that one female, that one woman. He does it. He's like he was bit. I think he was bitten by a werewolf, and he's turning into a werewolf. Spoiler alert at the end, because he can't control his rage, because he can't control his anger. He attacks the one he loves, and before you know it, he's a werewolf holding the one he loves, and he's howling at the moon, like, because in that like beastly mindset and perspective, he didn't understand the damage he was doing. He didn't understand, like, it's that nature, it's that lower nature that they're battling within themselves. There's clearly communication taking place between the two of you. This is a situation where like, stop, don't think it. We get it. You're angry, you're hurt, we get it, but just stop. Like, just stop. Just take some time to sit with yourself. Take some time to process it, fill it out. Don't sit there and psychoanalyze yourself. Just sit there and feel it. Just sit there and feel it. They're realizing, like, fuck, maybe they just need some time alone. Yeah, maybe, maybe. Time heals all things. But if you have a strong ego or a strong persona or a strong identity that you identify with, the mind keeps that score. Emotionally, you keep the score. Mentally, you keep that score. And sometimes with this type of energy of, like, if you can't let that go, clearly you're trying to get even with someone. You're trying to get back at someone. It's crazy, though. It's crazy. Nature and all that. This episode on the Animal Planet. Nature, it's a fascinating thing. I'm looking at a hurt lion. What's that Metallica song? Saint Anger. I mean, that's a nice energy. But at the same time, like, we get it. Um, I don't understand that. One more and I'll jump back in, Leo. I still wish I knew what that movie was. It's there somewhere. It's in some sort of filing cabinet. It's in there somewhere. Um, that is healing. Energetically speaking, there's healing that needs to take place. Like, hold on, lion, this is gonna hurt a little bit. I gotta yank something out, but there's no way else. There's no other way to heal from this other than to kind of like poke at it a little bit and yank it. Um, mm, it's a mask, Leo. They're masking. It's not who they really are. It's not who they really are. Once again, I'll reference that same thing about those horror movies that I do like. When bad meets evil, it's not who they. This energy over here is, and that's the thing though. That's not who they really are. They're wrestling their shadow. That's not who you really are. But I don't understand. Like, oh, and unfortunately, over here, what I'm also feeling from this is like, why is there an energy of like you kind of like it? You kind of like it. You like that energy. You like that adrenaline. You like that rush. You like that challenge. There's an energy here about like it shows up kind of like warrior mentality. At the same time, energetically, this is like you're kind of high off your own fumes. You're kind of high off your own fumes. This is a situation where it's like that all like I said, all that energy, like you've got to like direct it and control it and contain it somehow, some way, like direct it into something progressive rather than destructive. Because energetically speaking, that I do understand this. I do understand this. It's just you need to direct it towards progressive, like something positive, not because it's energy of like putting it back into oneself. For example, what's another movie? Um, Hulk, the Incredible Hulk, the original, where not like the old school ones, but I forget what it was, where the dad was actually experimenting on his dogs, and he was taking his son's genetics and all that kind of stuff, and he was injecting it into himself and testing it on himself as well as his dogs, and because the dad wanted the power that his son had, and it's like this interesting energy and kind of dance of someone using their powers and gifts for good and then someone using their powers and gifts just for the fucking sake of having power and gifts. I'm kind of looking at that second one where it's like just for the sake of like if I can make myself a warrior, if I can make myself a monster, I'm going to do it. Like you get that. You understand that you get that to be a protector. But the problem is what happens when that power and that energy turns in on itself and it sort of like starts becoming your downfall. Like you did it for all the wrong reasons. You did it for all the wrong reasons. I understand harnessing this power at the same time. Who do you think's more dominant, the roaring lion or the quiet one? No different than a dog. The loud one that's barking or the quiet one that's just staring him in directly dead eye in the face. There's a difference. One is controlled and contained, the other is wild. And sometimes when it comes to that energy of wild, there ain't no coming back, especially when you're in a relationship or a connection. And all of a sudden, that energy, you know what they call that? Bloodlust. On the field in the field in the old school movies of like war and bloodlust. Like in the movie 300, where he's like, when he loses his son on the field, and he's like, I have filled I have filled my heart with hate. And then remember what the guy says? Good, use it. There's anger. They're working. I'll give them that. They are working with it. At the same time, they're testing. They're kind of energetically, unfortunately, Leo. They're testing their luck with you, and they're testing their boundaries with you. And in a relationship or a connection or a situation, you shouldn't be testing each other, nor should you be testing something on yourself in the relationship at the same time. In other words, hitting the fast forward button. They don't know where this is going between the two of you. I will give them that. They are realizing, like, shit, I got some things I need to work on. Yep. Tell us more. And thank you for sharing. Nothing wrong with being a monster. It's just how you use that energy. If you redirect that energy, like I said, what's that other one? There's nothing wrong with being a king or queen. But when it's unchecked, it becomes a tyrant. Like, no one wants to deal with that. No one wants to be around that. Like, it's great and all that, you're talking about bettering yourself and empowerment. At the same time, is it necessary, and is it progressive, or is it destructive? Isn't it? And is it kind of taking such a toll on your relationship or your connection where it's just like, wow. Um, that is shadow. That is shadow work, Leo. That is shadow work. There is a way through it. It's just you kind of have to energetically check yourself a little bit, Crosswatcher. You need to kind of check yourself a little bit. Controlled burn with that fire energy. Controlled burn. They're kind of wondering, Leo, like, will you be there? Like, are you willing to kind of work through this with them? Um, like I said, it's no different than like, I'm with a monster. I got a monster on my side. They stand up for me. They look out for me. That's a good thing. But the problem is, you don't want that monster setting those wild eyes on you. And before you know it, you're like, what the fuck? I thought we were together. Like, fucking check yourself. Get off me. There's a difference. It's not a monster on a leash or on a chain. No. The difference between a protector and just a monster. It's a very fine line. I like this though. Energetically speaking, um, something changes right here, and I don't know energetically what this is, but something absolutely changes. Yes, there is a way through this, and yes, this will make sense, and this will snap into focus. Um, but that shadow over there is just something. That is one hell of a shadow. They know it too. They know it, and that's the thing, though. It comes from. I'll give you the key to this one. It's the mind. Like I said, that mind, the ego, the persona, the identity. It keeps the score. The mind in this one keeps the score. And even they know, like, fuck, I gotta. They know they have to drop it, and that's the hardest part is the mind. Like, let it go, let it go, let it go. Makes me think of the Lion King when the baboon smacks Simba on the head. He's like, "Ow, why'd you do that?" It doesn't matter. That was in the past. He's trying to teach him something. Simba. Trying to show him the way of how to be king. Bye.